E-I-G-H, E-E-E, E-I-G-H. Hello and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Las Cruces. We welcome those of you who are in our sanctuary this morning and those of you joining us online. It's a joy to be together today in worship as we celebrate Palm Sunday and the upcoming Trans Day of Visibility. I am the Reverend Ali K.C. Bell. I am your minister and your service leader for this service. My pronouns are he and they. We share visual descriptions here of ourselves to help ensure that everyone, including people with low or no vision, can fully participate.
Welcome. I am Allison Neal-Wallace, your service associate for this service. My pronouns are she and her. Visually, I am people tell me I'm tall, pale transgender woman with long dark hair. Today I'm wearing a darker red dress. It's not quite like maroon, it's like dark red, rose colored, there we go, and black boots. A warm welcome to all of our guests, whether this is your first visit, or your 100th, you are part of this beloved community. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you're from, whatever your life circumstance, gender identity, sexual orientation, disability, documentation status, or spiritual path, your story matters. You are welcome here, and you fit in here. Your presence is a gift. If you are new here, welcome. Please raise your hand and keep it raised until our greeters reach you, because they would like to give you a present.
Don't you want your present?
Please also fill out the visitor card located in the back of the seat in front of you, and you will receive invitations to participate in all of our programs. You are invited to join us after service at coffee hour. We would love to get to know you and allow time for you to get to know us. If you have additional questions, please join us in the lobby by the metal art piece right after the service. As we enter into this time of worship, lean into the joy, music movement of this multi-generational space. Now let us greet our neighbors in warmth and welcome. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, go.
All righty. We're going to come on back. You are a friendly bunch. I don't know if you know, but you're pretty friendly, and that's a great thing. Welcome back. So Allison so generously waited for me to do the thing I said I was going to do and then didn't do. I'm Reverend Ali Casey Bell. I am a dark-skinned, black, transgender man of a stocky build with black and gray hair that is shaved on the sides. Today I am wearing a blue, white, and pink button-down shirt, a pink, blue, and white tie, you get the theme, and blue navy pants, and I think these are called oxblood colored shoes and belt. I have one Progress Pride stole, and it's multicolored. Our invocation today is from Sharon Wiley, the Reverend Sharon Wiley. We speak so often of brokenness in religious life. Let us speak today of wholeness. You are welcome here, all of you. Every part of you is beautiful just the way you are. Here, you do not need to be something more or something less. No holding back, no hiding, no exerting yourself, no trying to do more or be more. You have inherent worth and dignity. Nothing to prove here. Nothing to prove to me or the person sitting next to you or to the children or to anyone. You don't have to try and be witty or more quiet or more outgoing. You are beautiful. Every part of you beautiful just the way you are. You do not need to change anything about yourself to be welcome here. Your skin, your hair, your belly, your limbs, your face, all beautiful, just the way you are. You are extraordinary. Each and every one of you of difference from each and beautiful, each and every one of you different from each and beautiful in your own beautiful way. Breathtaking. Let us worship together.
Good morning, church.
Good morning.
I am Erick S. Ramirez Morales. I serve as the music director of the church. My pronouns are he, him, and él. I am a brown, 5'9" Puerto Rican man. I am wearing first? No, I'll describe me first. I have graying black hair that's shaved on the sides. And today I am wearing glasses so that I can read. But my shirt today is purple. I didn't have a light purple shirt. Generally, we who are allies of the transgender and non-binary community wear purple instead of blue or pink, because it's all of it, right? We support all of it. But it also represents Shane, because Shane wanted to be here, but he couldn't be. I'm wearing khaki pants and black shoes. I think that's it. Oh, and today I smell of salt and sweet cream. So I smell like ice cream. Yay. Today, our gathering hymn is number 1017, Building a New Way. If you would rise in body or spirit as you are willing and able, let's sing together. Building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We'll get stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can be our every need. We can be our every need. We can be our every need. Shout out love that is a seed. We are give our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without thee, this world would die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
In our Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light a chalice as a symbol of our shared faith and community. As Lee lights our chalice here this morning here in the sanctuary, we invite those joining us online to share in the chat where you are lighting yours. We light this flame for every soul who has ever walked into a room and dared to be exactly who they are. And for the one who rode into Jerusalem knowing exactly what visibility would cost him. This week, the world is asked to truly see our transgender siblings And today, we bring that invitation into the sanctuary. May this light remind us that courage is contagious and that showing up fully is itself an act of faith. Please rise, embody your spirit, and join me in saying our church's affirmation of covenant and singing the doxology in English and in Spanish. The words are up on the screen. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve others in community, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Good morning, church. Good morning, Kellie. It brings me joy every time. My name is Kellie Ingram, and I am your Director of Religious Education. I came back from North Carolina with severe allergies. So I'm not sick, but I'm sick, and let's hope I can breathe long enough to get through today's story. I am a 5'3", brown-skinned, mixed-race woman with longish, dark and silver curly black hair. Today, I am wearing my black glasses that are clear underneath. I thought they were so cool when I ordered them. I have on these wonderful heart pink earrings that my cousin made for me. They kind of go with my blue, pink, and white Protect Our Trans Kids black t-shirt. I have on a jeans skirt and my favorite flip-flops that I have worn into the ground. I think that's it. Oh, my pronouns are she, her. Thank you. This morning, I will be reading the story, Red, a Crayon Story. He was red, but he wasn't very good at it. As he drew his blue fire truck. "Oh dear," said his mother, the color olive. His teacher, Miss Pencil, thought, he needs a little more practice. "You draw a red strawberry, and you draw a red strawberry," teacher said to Red and Crimson. "You can do this, really." But he really couldn't. Looking at his blue strawberry. "Like this," he said. "Oh my," said Crimson. "Let's try again," said the teacher. His mother thought he just needed to mix with other colors. "Why don't you two go out and draw a nice round orange?" she said to Red and his friend Yellow. "A really big one," said Yellow. "A really orange one," said Red. But they made a big greenish one. "Yuck," said Yellow. "Oops," said Red. His grandparents simply thought he wasn't warm enough. "Your class is making self-portraits for family night," said Grandma Silver. "Wear this warm red scarf." "Oh, it's so nice on you," said Grandpa Gray. But it so wasn't. Looking at all of the portraits, Goldie drew gold, green drew green, purple drew purple, and red drew blue. Oh, dear me, said Grandma Silver. Everyone seemed to have something to say about red. Sometimes I wonder if he's really red at all, said Amber. Don't be silly, said Hazelnut. It says so on his label. He came from the factory that way, said Cocoa Bean. Well, frankly, I don't think he's very bright, said Fuchsia. Well, I think he's lazy, quipped Grape. Right, agreed Army Green. He needs to press himself harder. Really apply himself, said Still Gray. Give him time, he'll catch on, said Sunshine. Of course he will, encouraged Sea Green. But he didn't catch on. Green drew a frog, black drew a sheep, brown drew a cow, and red drew a blue ant. Ack! All the art supplies wanted to help. The masking tape thought that he was broken inside. This will help hold you together, she said as she taped him up. The scissors thought his label must be too tight. One little snip should do it. The sharpener thought he wasn't sharp enough. Say, stay still now, as he sharpened Red's top. But even with all their help and all of Red's hard work, blue hearts, blue cherries, blue foxes, blue street light, oh no! He just couldn't get the hang of it. One day he met a friend named Barry. Will you make a blue ocean for my boat? They asked. I can't. I'm red. Will you try? Asked Barry. And so he did. It's perfect, said Barry. You're welcome, said Red. Looking uncomfortable with his little cut in his label, tape around him, and feeling sharp, he didn't stop there. Blue bells, blueberries, blue whale, blue jeans. I'm blue, he exclaimed. He was blue, and everyone was talking. My son is brilliant, said Olive. Who would have known he was blue, said Amber. I always knew he was blue, echoed Hazelnut. It was obvious, said Cocoa Bean. His blue ocean really lifted me, said Barry, smiling. All of his work makes me happy, exclaimed Sea Green. I'm going to make a green lizard with him, a really big one, said Yellow. He's really reaching for the sky, said Crimson. And he really was. It doesn't appear we have any youths in the sanctuary this morning, so if we could do just one round of the children's blessing in their honor, thank you. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. May your hearts know love and your hands do the work of justice as you go your way in peace.
As we enter into this quiet moment together, I invite you to pause and take a steady, gentle breath, in and out. Let your breath anchor you here and now in this circle of care. This is a time to honor the fullness of life, the joys that lift our hearts, the sorrows that weigh heavily, the questions that we carry inside. Whatever you bring this morning, know this: you are not alone. You are held here. In the wider world, we hold those who journey through grief and uncertainty, federal workers facing job loss and instability, immigrants seeking safety, trans and non-binary beloveds, women and people of color, those living with illness or disability, confronting injustice. We hold up all who live under the shadow of war and violence. May peace, however fragile, find a way. We honor their courage. We carry them in love. In this gathered community, we take a sacred pause to share what rests on our hearts. This is a time set apart for uplifting our joys, honoring our sorrows, and marking the milestones of our lives. It is not a space for announcements or political messages, but for the truths that move within us. Are there any joys, sorrows, or milestones among us this morning? You're invited to raise your hand and have the microphone brought to you. That's this one.
Hi, I'm Sam, and today is my 20th anniversary as a Unitarian Universalist.
Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking it from you. You want to hold it? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just taking it from, anyway. My name is Jennifer Trantham, and I just wanted to share about my father, an update on Jack Welch. He is doing really well. He had a stroke 3 Sundays ago. Instead of coming to church, we went to the hospital instead. And he's been in rehabs for over the last week and has a discharge date of next Friday, this coming Friday. So we're super excited. He's cognitively zero wrong with the man. Hi, Granddaddy. But his right side of the body was affected, so he is going through the physical therapy and is doing well, and everybody wants him to get well there because he's like, all right, what's next, what's next? So, thank you.
Hello. Well, that's good news about Jack. I'm Chris Thomas. We've been away for a little bit with some health issues, but I just wanted to report that, we're all mending, and my son is feeling a lot better. It's looking good. He had an infection of his spine, and that's clearing up. So a little bit more to do there, and just wanted to say thanks to all of you for kind of being there in our time of need, especially you, Reverend Alley, for being my anchor. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you all.
Good morning. I have a joy, but I'd like to preface it with a story that goes back to 1997 when I was on an assignment in Sierra Vista, Arizona, when the University of Arizona won the national championship in basketball. My joy today is that 3 of my favorite teams are still in the running for the big dance. Thank you.
And I have a joy, sorrow, and milestone. If you have not received the many, many messages that have gone out all over the place, my joy, sorrow, and milestone is that I am the new incoming minister for the UU Church of Boulder Valley. But we got this until June, so let's see what we can do.
As we close, I offer this final stone for all the unspoken prayers that live in our hearts, joys, sorrows, griefs, milestones, and gratitude held tenderly by this community. As we gather in this sacred space, we are invited to invest in our church's mission and shared life. The offering we take today and every Sunday is more than financial support. It is a reflection of our commitment to this community and the values we strive to live out: love, justice, welcome, and care. Our church depends on each of us. Your generosity sustains our worship, programs, and partnerships, and our ability to grow in faith and in service. Whether you make a one-time gift, support today's Change for Change partner, or fulfill your annual pledge, every contribution helps strengthen our community and extend our reach. This quarter, our Change for Change partner is Cherished Canine All-Breed Rescue. Through this partnership, we carry out our values beyond these walls. You can give online, by mail, or by placing your gift in the basket. Every gift matters, and every gift makes a difference. The offering will now be given and gratefully received. The way it begins as a child, this right to call into question the very things they call natural or innate or fixed. Those stale assumptions that have been woven into every aspect of everything. We take that thread, we undo it. And yes, so much falls apart. We say bless, we say you're welcome, we say, my God, it feels good. The way we let change work its magic in us. Language, bodies, names, perceptions. Resisting the illusion of control, we surrender to the gifts of all that wishes to unfold, unfurl, unbecome. Even beloved things, even scary things, even when it means there will be loss. Our lives are a testament to what can flourish in letting go, in refusing to play the games, in climbing out of the confines of the expected and moving willfully into the land of strange, wild, unruly.
The way all it takes is a whisper, something within that unsettles us into a different direction, calls to us like a path home, the power that lives there in the listening, in the saying, yes, in the agency born of the deepest kind of knowing impossible things become possible, even more so together. The way we call that God, Maybe all this is why we are hated. The way we exercise creation, the way we learn to love ourselves, the way we practice metamorphosis, recreating ourselves from inside and out, according to our own desires, for the sake of our survival and each other's. The way our lives rewrite some of the oldest stories, and how this points to the power of all of us. Everything that we wish to do and undo.
In a world that so boringly, so violently, so stubbornly insists on its stale and narrow gender rules and regulations, God themselves is in a state of constant transition. Though many try to tame their wild, make them into the image of power, and fix them permanently into one static being, they are change in a world that loves control. They take our attempts at definitions and confuse them. They trouble our most basic assumptions about ourselves, the earth, each other.
What a blessing. Every trans child birthed unto us. Precious glimpses, holy encounters, glorious invitations. You perfectly put togethers. You beautiful messes. You rough around the edges. You gentle and wild ones. If you worry about being enough, trans enough, pretty enough, brave enough, strong enough, sure enough, hand over your questions in one final prayer and take the open hand of your own life.
The only right way to be trans is the one that preserves your soul, the one that helps you tend to the holy in you, the holy in your toes, in your lips, in your gut, the holy in your scars, in your hair, or lack thereof. Fall in love with it, assure that it is welcome, feed it with your hands, speak its real name like it never had another. It deserves to thrive, safety, somewhere to rest. It deserves joy, and when it is denied, nonetheless, hold it softly, as a knowing one does. You are not a burden, or a lie, or a distraction. You are a holy encounter. In all the ways you change and stay the same, your flesh is a testimony to the power and beauty of wearing your own truth. It looks so good on you when these facts finally make a home in your bones.
When you can live, don't settle for the ease of your own exhale. The air in your lungs is the gift of generations, and too many are running out of breath, suffocated by misogyny and white supremacy and hate, by isolation and individualism, by the state. The only right way to be trans is the one that keeps you here so we can find each other and love this collective body, yearning to be received authentically, justly, entirely.
To all of my trans and non-binary beloveds, we are a rainbow, and I want you to splash your colors everywhere.
Y'all would never believe that they only got the practice before church for that one. So, boom. The crowds were out in the streets, each of them trying to get a peek at this man who had dared to defy the Romans, a man who some of them had seen raise a guy from the dead. People were throwing their cloaks on the ground, waving palm branches in the air. He was riding the colt of a donkey, covered in someone else's cloak. People were treating him like he was a king. This was probably the least kingly way that anyone has entered anywhere in the history of kingly entrances. But that didn't seem to bother the crowd. This is where the story reminds us about the truth about stories. The truth about stories is that they belong to the person who is telling them. The truth about that donkey is that Jesus rode it to fulfill a Hebrew prophecy in Zechariah 9:9. In the New International Version, it says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter Zion. Lo, your king comes to you, triumphant and victorious is he, humble and lowly, riding on a colt, the foal of a donkey." Now, the donkey not only makes sense, but becomes an important marker of a prophesied king. We must also pay attention to who is telling the story. What was important to them? What were they leaving out? The crowd had a story of how this day was unfolding, and Jesus had another story. He knew that this ride was leading up to his death. He took the ride on the donkey anyway. He needed to do what he had to do to complete what he was put on this earth to complete. He did not ride in as the king they wanted. He rode in as himself. That was the whole point. That was always the whole point. And we know something about that, about being handed a costume and told to wear it into Jerusalem. Yes, we trans people know something about that, about having your story written by someone who has never met you, about saying quietly or loudly, "No, I am who I am. I know what I am here to do." Here is what Palm Sunday and Trans Day of Visibility have in common: the insistence on showing up exactly as who you are, even when the world is not ready, even when it is dangerous, even when the crowd wants you to be something else entirely. Think about this. Think about the trans person who arrives in a room first. The first one through a door that has never opened for someone like them. They are not actually doing anything dramatic. They are just arriving. But that changes the room. It changes what the room believes is possible. It changes who the next person thinks they can be when they get there. Think about the trans person who moves to the front of the march, who puts themselves at the front of the line on purpose, knowing that visibility is not safe and choosing it anyway. Not because they are unafraid, because they understand the way Jesus understood riding into Jerusalem, that some things require being seen. Think about the trans person just living their life, going to the grocery store, picking up their kid, showing up to work. Tuesday is a triumphal entry for someone who has been told they have no right to an ordinary Tuesday. That is just what it looks like to ride in on a donkey when the world wanted a war horse. See, the crowd needed a hero. They needed a king to take on the tyrants of the day. They were screaming, "Hosanna to the Son, Son of David. Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna, Hosanna." In ancient Greek and Hebrew, it means save us. That was his story to them. But Jesus knew this was the beginning of the end, and that seems to be the real story of his triumph, that he allowed hope to grow, even knowing he would be sacrificing his life. Where there is hope, so follows courage. Both would be needed for his followers on the road ahead. And so I ask you, what is your triumphal entry story? I'll tell you mine. The first time I preached, I was so nervous. I fidgeted in the office with my robe, more than I normally fidget, with my sermon, constantly reciting tongue twisters to make sure whatever they thought of the sermon, they would hear it clearly. The big M still felt like something I was trying on. I hadn't yet stepped into my full understanding of myself as a minister. I remember when the service started, the room seemed eerily quiet. That holy pause before the space begins to buzz with whispered voices and the energy of people gathering and the occasional shout of a preschooler who has decided, this is my moment. I looked out at the congregation and I saw a young trans girl watching me with such wonder and pride. She was not just watching a sermon. She was watching someone show up fully. She was learning that it was possible, that it is what visibility does to be possible. It does not just say, I'm here. It says, you can be here too. She was having her own triumphal entry story right there in the pew, just by watching, just by letting herself believe something new about what a room like this could hold. The thank yous I received in the line were not people laying down cloaks or shouting Hosanna, but it was a jubilant moment. It felt like I had arrived, and what I learned was that the chancel was never really where my ministry lived. It lived in the stories shared between Sundays. The courage passed quietly from one person to another like a flame, the stories you share with me. And thank you for sharing them with me. That is the thing about showing up fully. Whether you are Jesus on a donkey or the first person through a door that has never opened for someone like you, or a nervous minister in his robe at a pulpit for the first time. Because what changes the world is not grand entrances. It is what happens after. It is the story that gets told. It is the person in the pew who sees you and thinks, maybe I can too. But what happens when triumphant entry takes a horrible turn? What happens then? Jesus was betrayed by Judas, and he knew it was coming. He let it happen because it was time to fulfill the last part of his story. He knew he would rise, and he knew he had taught enough of his people how to resist that they would find a way to rise as well. See, we trans people know something about this too. We move through the world with clear-eyed knowledge of what our visibility may cost us. Our dignity, our health care, sometimes our lives, and we show up anyway. Not because we don't understand the danger, but because we do. That is not naivete. That is the specific courage of someone who has counted the cost and decided to be fully themselves. That is Palm Sunday. That is the donkey. That is the ride into Jerusalem. That means even you, even I, can rise from the worst of what comes to us. We can rise from betrayal. We can rise from violence. We can rise from systematic oppression. We can rise from state-sanctioned violence. We can rise from having our story told by someone else. We can rise from being made invisible. We can rise from being told that who we are is too much or not enough or simply wrong. We can rise. We may not believe everything in the Bible here. It doesn't have to match our theology, but it can give us stories to help us find hope, to help us find courage, to help us remember that there was this guy who rode in on a donkey, and some people saw a king. They called it a triumphant entry. Go and have yours.
Would you rise in body or spirit as you are able and willing as we sing number 1053. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could one ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than more? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Go forth and fulfill your vision. Author your story. Go forth and rise. Amen, aho, ashe, and blessed be.
Please join me in saying the words to extinguish the flame. The words are on the screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please stay seated, and this time please stay after the postlude for important announcements.
Hi, I'm Linda Rochelle. I'm a member of your Board of Trustees, and I want to have you notice the invitations to engagement. Some of the many invitations to engagement are listed on the back side of your order of service. But especially today, I want you to take in a very special engagement. So please engage with the board in an important meeting that we're going to have in about 10 minutes, in which we will talk about the next steps in the future of our church. The meeting is going to start promptly at 11:10 so that you have a chance to get your biological needs taken care of. And also, we will conclude within an hour because we know that there are many other activities, including an RE retreat, that are going to be going on a little bit later. So please go get a drink, snack if you wish, and then come back in for this meeting with the board. Thank you.